Hello and welcome to Purrfect Catio. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate the assembly process of our apartment balcony catio. When you open the box, you'll find the wire mesh, two long pieces that make the sides, two shorter pieces that will make the widths, some cable ties, two pieces of Velcro, and a little short piece that makes the foot, the assembly instructions, the tools that we need for the assembly is a soft face mallet and a pair of wire cutters. Please refrain from using a hard hammer because when you strike the tubing, you can damage the tubing. The first step into assembling your balcony catio is one of the long side pieces. This one's labeled A. You want to place it on a protective surface, and the corners, there's a little L. You want the nub of the corner facing up. For orientation purposes, we're going to call this side the top. The top gets the letter B. You simply take the tubing, place it over the plastic connector, and press it down all the way to the end. Next, you take the other width side piece, labeled C. You'll notice this one has some hardware in it. It's very important that the hardware facing the sides. We'll go ahead, place the tubing over the connector, just like that. Now, to complete the frame, take the other side piece, place the corners over into the tubing, get it started, the other side, and what you want to do is keep working back and forth a couple of times, just like that. Now you assembled the frame. The next step is to put the wire mesh on. You want to take the holes, you want to turn that so it's facing on the top side, just like that. We're going to be using the wire ties and wire cutters. Your screen here, you'll find that there's a little wire tie, tying it together. Simply remove that. You can discard that. Now you'll notice that there's already some assembly done. What you want to do is take the mesh and put it on the floor in the opposite way it wants to roll. Then what you can do is simply give it a little back roll, like so. The other side, a little back roll. So it wants to lay flat. Now, I'm going to find another wire tie that holds the flap. Remove that. As this is the side that faces in towards your environment. We're going to take that and place it on this side. first wire tie, simply get one corner, get started. So the wire will actually fit in between the two side pieces. You want the knuckles to be on the inside of your frame. You also want the top of the wire to be underneath the tubing with the hardware. On the top, you want to take every third opening and place a wire tie. Every third opening, 1, 2, 3. Start this side, 1, 2, 3. Now, along the sides, start the first one in the corner. Now, when you're working with the wire ties, there's a knuckle. The knuckle is going to be facing out, and the flat surface is why you want to start the tail. And you should hear it click when you put it together. If you're not hearing it click, and you got it going backwards. Get that one. Now on the side here, you want to hold your flap up and actually take your connector. Actually put it up like that. Now you're going to count every third hole. So 1, 2, 3, and you're going to put it in the fourth one. So 1, 2, 3, just about to say 4. Making sure we keep the knuckles to the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. On the other side, we just want to simply look over, we want the same level. There. Again, the same thing on this side. You want to make sure your knuckles are in towards the inside of the frame. tails off. How to make it a little easier, you can take the frame, simply roll it over, continue to count every 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, on the top, you'll actually be going, the wire will actually be going past the tubing, or up onto the tubing. Start over here. Top. We're going to go every 3. So we'll put one start here on the corner. 1, 2, 3. Now that we have the frame assembled, and we turned the frame so that the hardware is on the top side here, we've already taken in, unrolled our screen. The flat here is actually the top. It's going to go on the bottom. We've got it rotated. So, get it started, take it right behind the corner. Now you want your wire to be on the inside of the tubing here, and on the inside between the 2 tubings here. So across the top, we're going to go every 3 openings. 1, 2, 3, and place the tie. It's important to keep your knuckles of the ties towards the center to the inside. So, 2, 3. The other side. And we'll put one close to center here. Now for the edges, start the corners. Now we're going to go down every 4 openings. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's tie. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when you're working the ties, you should hear them zip. If you don't hear them clicking, have the tail inserted into the long side of the elbow. So in the knuckle here, there's a flat side. Flat side is where you start your tail. I'm still counting every 4, I'm just basing it on the other side. Now, before we flip it over, go ahead and cut the tails off. Try to cut up to the knuckle. Careful not to cut any of the wires. Now what we'll do, so it's a little easier to work on it, take and flip the frame back around. Now, the top without the hardware is actually back at the top. Our top has the little flap. We'll just keep counting 4. Keep installing our ties. Now when you get to the flap, you want to make sure, and it may be easier, go ahead and take the little retaining wire off. That's just for shipping. Move the flap so you don't get the flap underneath the tie. And then it's all the way to the corner. And what you'll actually notice is the wire will actually come over the top tubing. outer knuckles are into the frame, into the inside. Grab your wire cutters, trim off the tails. Straighten out the wire if you need to. What you find next is the support bracket for the flap. One side has a little hole and you have a small wire tie. Tie goes through the hole and you're going to, on the second, so there's 4 openings. On the second wire in the middle, and get in the middle this way, base it on the hole here. Take that tie and just tie that bracket. Just like so. You can cut your tail off. Bracket actually is a cutout on the bottom. It goes into over the wire. That creates a visual stop in case they try to climb. Now your Velcro, 2 pieces of Velcro. Now I always put, doesn't matter how you start, just when you start, you have to maintain the same process. So I've already got 2 panels in the back here assembled. I already started with the hook, which is the rough side, rougher. And we put that on the right, sorry, on the left. And then we put the smooth side, the loop side, to the right. So we're going to take this is the loop side. We're going to take the loop side and put that piece right here to the top. The other loop side goes to the bottom. Like so. Now the hook side, which is the one that's the rough side, this all you're doing is peeling the protection off the adhesive side. Placing it to that. Now, your little foot takes, and we just screw that into the hardware that's on the bottom. Now, it doesn't have to be tight, it just has to be square with the other two. There you go. Now, you simply take this one and connect it to the previous one, like that. Now you have a full screen. Now that you have your three frames assembled, it's a matter of taking the Velcro ends and pressing them together like that on the bottom. The other side. So, place that against your balcony railing. Your little flaps here. Come up. That. And now you assembled the frames. Some other configurations that you can make instead of a straight wall is an L. To make an L, you simply take the foot, remove it from the inside, and the inside is where the flap is. And rotate it, place it on the outside. So, now I've taken Velcro and placed the hook side, the loop side, to the front of the face here. And then you simply take the Velcro, press two corners together, like so. That. And you can take and flip your flaps up, like that. Now what you can do is place this in a corner, or if you have a door here and a wall, put that in, it can come out, usually be in here. To make a new configuration, take 4 of the same size panels, 3 of the same size panels. Taking our Velcro, we've already assembled the hook side on the front of this one, and the loop side on the side of this one. Simply press that together. So, take your flap, put it up. Now you've created a 3-sided horseshoe, and you can place this in front of a door or a window.